Hey, what's going on everybody? Josh Cathcart back here at Hardball Academy with Hitting Done Right. For this next instructional video, I am going to cover back foot action. Okay, you see a lot of conversations about this. Young kids hear all the time, you know, squish the bug, turn on your back foot, rotate your back foot. And for me, that's just incorrect instruction. Okay? The back foot is going to react to what your hips and core are doing as you get through your rotational move, your drive move, however you want to describe that backside action. If we simply get here and tell kids to turn their back foot, they are going to lose direction, okay? They're going to be going backwards. We have to be able to create direction into the baseball, okay, out to the front of home plate. I use it a lot. Back hip or right hip to kind of right center as we get going, where it's not just this free spin and falling backwards. Okay, you hear people all the time talk about punching. Think about throwing an uppercut with that backside or whatever it is. Okay, if you're going to throw a punch, you're either going to stand here and just get right in here where we're driving under, or it's going to be more of this move where that back foot may come off the ground a little bit. We're not going to sit here and throw a punch and go backwards, okay? You'll notice my head's going back with that, all right? So, back foot action, there are players that have a really active back foot. Some people may refer to that as a weightless back foot, okay? That would be where we get in here and you make your stride and that back foot really comes up underneath them. The important part to understand and to remember is that the head still can't move. If we get into that move and we get here and launch and then we come and we bring that foot up, now I've slid forward, which is going to change back path, it's going to make timing difficult, adjustments, all of that just goes out the window. Okay, so if we are going to have that active back foot, that head has to stay in the middle as that backside works under. Remember, this is a reaction to what our hips are doing. Some people may get there, George Springer's one that comes to mind. I can't do it like he does, but that dude gets all the way through and it's like his foot just stays right here on the ground as his hips clear. Okay, super flexible. Don't see that very often. But what you don't see is the heel kicking back first. You may get some guys that come in here, get to this point, and then after their swing, you see them rock back a little bit on the finish. But the initial move is not just to spin your back foot. Okay? I've done countless videos on this over the years, okay, and people ask me all the time, what's the right move? That's player dependent, okay, player dependent. Some are going to have a more active back foot. Some you may see just get right to this big toe as they come through. Some are going to have just a small release, okay. Again, we just don't want to go backwards with that first move, all right. So I hope that little bit of information helps you understand it better. There's no one way to do this. There are certain things that I look for in hitters and I'm like, okay, let's try this move. But again, player dependent, all right? So that being said, I've got a couple drills here for y'all today to work on this and to kind of find out what is most comfortable for your players. So here we go. All right, y'all, for this first one, okay, you just saw me a second ago with this dumbbell behind my foot. This is a drill that I have used, again, for years. People have started using it all over the place. I see dumbbells behind people's feet all the time now. You see it online and so forth. So I don't know. I don't know if I was the first one, no idea. But all I know is, you know, 8 years ago, okay, I started throwing dumbbells behind people's feet and here we are. So first thing, okay, get something heavy enough where the player is going to feel it when they hit it. They're going to hit that if they spin backwards and it's going to be like, oh man, I went the wrong direction, okay? That's the first thing. We don't want something really light that they're not going to feel. You want something that gives them that immediate feedback. All right? To start out with this, I always like to just get into that launch position, make sure that that hip is still in a nice loaded position. We haven't started to open it up yet. So we're still nice and loaded in that hip, and then just trigger down. Okay? As those hips start to go, we want to get to that big toe right there. Notice the heel looks like it's working underneath me instead of back. Okay, so just get a couple there. 1, 2, and then once you make your swing with this, I like to have players think about getting the back of their foot kind of up where it's right next to this dumbbell here. We don't want to get back onto that, and again, we don't want to spin back. So 1, 2, and then make your swing. And when you do that, hopefully we get some type of release here. When kids are starting out, this is going to be difficult if they have been a backwards turning, squish the bug type player. Okay, it's going to be a struggle. Be patient with them. If they need to just get the lower body kind of move without the swing, you can do that as well. Okay, but this is just simply the dumbbell drill for the back foot. All right, you can put that down. T work, front toss, BP. Shoot, if you want to take a dumbbell out to live BP, you can do it there too. All right, just to get that feel and instant feedback if we start going the wrong direction. All right, guys, for this second one, okay, this is going to be an over-exaggeration for those players that just really have a hard time understanding how to get through pitches. This is going to be an over-exaggeration. We can just call this the power through, the walk through. You've seen this one online, I'm sure, before. But basically, we're going to start with our feet together, and the whole idea is to really get that backside coming and going up and through the pitch. Okay, obviously, this is not what you're really going to do in a game, but it is an over-exaggeration where we're going to swing and we want to come up and we want to have this point of balance, really driving the backside through. So it'll be here, stride through, and up, right into that balance position. Again, you're going to get kids that when they start doing this, they get here and they end up falling backwards. They've got to start to feel and understand that direction to the front of home plate. All right, it's a good drill. Overall balance in the swing as well, stabilizing that front side. But again, just nice and easy. And then step through and get to that balance point. All right, so one leg up, power through, backside through, whatever you want to call it. Really good one for the body awareness too. Like I said, there's a balance element to that, but it is an over-exaggeration. Okay, not something you would need to do with every player, but if you have the ones that just cannot get off that backside, give this one a try. All right, drill number 3. This is going to be our kickback drill. You may also hear it referred to as the scissor kick. All right, sometimes this move is going to happen natural. Sometimes it's something that we try to train the movement pattern for, again, for players that really spin backwards or falling back. Great for direction as well. It is a little bit awkward for players that have never seen it before, never tried it before. Again, be patient. Head stabilization is key, okay? I would like to start them in launch, and the thought is kind of as the core engages and those hips start to go, it's almost like you're kind of pushing back off the ground to kind of get that direction there and to release where we're not spinning backwards. Okay, so it'll be here. Again, I like to feel kind of getting into that foot where it feels like I'm about to really push kind of back, and then keeping the head still as I go through that. Okay, again, not for every player. If you've got guys or girls that really are spinny, okay, give this one a try. Let them start to feel that move. Getting here, starting to work under. Notice the heel again, underneath. And then right there, make sure we're keeping the head still. Sometimes when players start to do this, again, they want to slide up and get forward. We can't do that. Here, kick back, keep the face down, talk about chest over home plate. All right, so that is your kickback drill, scissor drill. Give that one a shot. They're really going to feel kind of that directional element in this one, and I really like it. All right, everybody, that concludes this video. Remember, this is back foot action for hitters. We want to stay away from the simple turn the back foot, squish the bug, turn on your back leg, all of that stuff that makes us lose direction rearward. We want to think about driving. We want to think about taking our energy to the front of home plate as we get into our turn and being able to control that. You're going to have to mix and match. You're going to have to experiment, see what your player feels comfortable with. But bottom line, end of story, we can't be here as we start. We have to start getting more direct with our direction, and it all starts on this rear leg, back hip, driving to the front of home plate. Back foot may release, back foot may get to the big toe, back foot cannot spin and go backwards. Again, I hope the information helps. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Like and subscribe. Let's keep this rolling. Adios.